as TI approaches. But check this. Nice. I wonder if Amar is going to end up going into like the Satanic kind of build that he likes to do on someone like a Mars, right? Instead of going, usually BKB, he'll go like Blink, BKB sometimes, and then Satanic just for that secondary dispel. There's lots of GLHFs coming through. Love to see it. We'll see, though, what he decides to go for. But yeah, there was a game in particular where Rezo decided, no, you know what? I'm the carry now, Krelats. Thank you for your troubles. Built a Divine Rapier and decided, you know, he leveled up to 25, and although it's no longer a thing, decided to take that 200 damage talent and become the Tide washing machine.
That is no joke, that talent. I'm kind of sad it's gone.
Me too. But this is a good wraparound, at least from Creepwave. As they'll be able to find Woo. And, level 1, though, in the Heavenly Grace means, yeah, that status resist not doing a whole lot to him. Big ol' spit there from the Venomous Gale. I think caught 4 heroes. Everyone's slowed to a crawl. And Amar actually coming out on the worst end of this one. Fishman still continuing to fight. Yep, 4 stacks on the Napalm with the Gale. Down he will go. First blood as well, going to Minos. As now even Fishman, who tried his best to distract everyone else, has at least the stick. Plenty of charges thanks to at least the Batrider is going to be allowed to escape. Although they might force his salve. Nah, he's got plenty of tangos. But they get Chuvash.
Oh, no. I don't think I've seen a game start this badly in a couple of months.
Yeah, no, me neither. It's First Blood as well going to the Dusa is just a bit of a...
Yikes.
Yeah, that's not what you want, right? It's, oh, Dusa, new same hero, you know, slightly nerfed in the lane, especially, and oh no, we gave her the First Blood bonus. That's not how we were looking to start this one.
Yeah, I think you just need to back off as soon as you find MJZ, honestly. You know the Heavenly Grace is going to come out, you're not going to be able to dispel it, and then Venomancer level 1 is absolutely terrifying. It might have gotten off lightly, honestly.
Yeah, they very well could have. Chuvash did not decide to go either for Brown Boots like I thought he would versus the Omni Knight. So he does find himself actually kind of struggling in these early levels. But speaking of struggling, I think no lane will struggle as hard as this top lane. Fishman, at least level 1 Thunderstrike is completely bonkers, especially with a little bit of a buff now. You've got a good reason to now actually put a couple more points into it, you know, maybe pick up the Shard. I think Ice Frog... A little bit sad to see a hero as old and as classic as Disruptor basically just build Mana Boots, Aether Lens, and then save frags, as now they're going to roll onto him. At least Shard now a bit more viable for him. As, my goodness, this damage is just really no fun for him. Yeah, they're going to kick a Boulder after him. He's in deny range, but I suppose Chrysalis isn't going to need to deny him here.
It might be for the better, honestly. His mana pool's completely empty as well.
I was actually
no
just
charge on
the
the stick.
I was thinking the same. I mean, because that's the problem with Thunderstrike. Very great ability, especially at level 1, level 2. It's so strong in lane. Can sometimes even win you lanes. But poor Disruptor. You know, 130 mana. That's quite expensive for a level 1 ability. So
he barely gets 3. Alright, he just flies in more regen. That's what you gotta do as a plus 5 right now. But it does mean that he's not spending that regen on his carry. He's going to have to keep on tanking all of these attacks. And eventually it's going to have to cost him his life as well. You're just hoping that you can get Chrysalis to a couple of levels in the Primal Spring so that he can properly take down creep camps and waves, and then you, you see if you can scrape anything out of the lane after he leaves it.
Yeah, exactly.
Recover.
Exactly.
You're with me that Zeus is a jerk, right?
Mid lane, 4 stacks over onto Hansha, but Leostel does not want to go for it just yet.
Yeah, I think he's keeping in mind, yep, with the Summolate, you know, I'm going to force him away from the lane, just secure this last little CS. Kind of always feels a bit bad when you pop Firefly and don't really apply too much pressure, but with it being such a regen-rich mid-lane kind of experience still, even with the nerfs to the water runes, it's, yeah, it's not much you can really do on these heroes that are a lot of damage over time.
And the bottle nerfs as well.
Yep.
I mean, it's 15 less mana. It's not a lot, but it does start ticking up eventually.
Yeah, Leostal doing well to keep BZM, whatever, Hansha at bay. Best Zoomer mid. It's also his real name, BZM God. But that's not his real name, but BZM something. And yeah, good story. That's why you gotta love the smaller up and coming teams. You know, like Creepwave. Even you can tell like Amar. You've said, you know, he is pretty core to this team, and I think that'll display itself here in gameplay in a little bit. But Amar, quite famously, like I always like to mention, has got in the sticky to buy here, just the Divine Rapier. He started to rub off on the team a little bit, because if you look at what Chrysalis has in the quick buy, it's the BOTs too. So just fun stuff for, you know, he's kind of rubbing off on that personality for the rest of the boys. Is Wu in a bit of trouble. Very tanky hero, though, man. He's still going to keep fighting them here, actually. There's a little telekinesis with 50% status resist, and a level 1 telekinesis is not doing much. And the Mystic Snake slow is going to allow Wu to escape. Minos now looking to turn. Wants this kill onto Chuvash. Anchor Smash, though, severely reducing his damage. Yeah, especially with the Fade Bolt, minus 40 damage of 75 with the Tread swapped over. Yeah, wasn't doing really anything there.
This is damage reduction central, and this is actually something that we're going to see in the Oh!
All right, free kill.
Yeah, so it turns out that even through the Heavenly Grace, can't regen if you're dead. But what I was going to say is that you're going to see Amar and presumably also Chu try to stick onto this Medusa throughout the game, because she usually only gets her first real damage item after the Manta Style, after the Scotty, ideally also only after level 25 when she gets the modifiers and she goes into a Daedalus. Might be a butterfly game this time around versus the Monkey King, though, depending on MNZ's choices. But anyway, she doesn't build into damage until fairly late, so if you can keep an Anchor Smash on top of her, she is fairly ignorable in the team fights.
Very true, as they're going to go top lane now onto Frank. Chrysalis there, level 2 Jingu will be able to close the gap and lifesteal on through. Even the earn charges, Moo's not going to give Chrysalis the light of day for some more lifesteal, so he will back away. We'll see if we get like a full heal. Yep, there, well, mostly a full heal. Boundless Strike level 1, nothing too impressive, but a kill mid. Leo Style will find BZM, and that was going to be courtesy of a Flaming Lasso. Just beat him to the level 6, and usually that's what spells death against a Bat Rider.
Yep, and unfortunately for Hunch as well, not going into the Astral Step here. I think he thought he could just dodge it out with a Dissimulate, but probably did not get it off in time.
Now the kill onto Frank as he returns to the lane.
Wow!
Yeah, that was very fast as well. I thought they were going to glimpse him back home, and instead they're going to save the glimpse from Moose, who's going to try and roll away. Will be successful. A little bit of a Thunder Strike to send him away. What's our build here on Disruptor real quick? 2-1-1, so it is going to be more points than Thunder Strike early. I like it. I like it.
Radiant's middle tower is
He
under
needs
attack.
to punish people for getting on top of him, basically. You can't play for all of the luxury of all of the glimpse levels at first. I think he might be maxing
Radiant's
it first
top
anyway
tower is
here,
under attack.
but you can't afford to not put the second point in here, I think. Otherwise, they just out-trade you. But that said, with the kills that they just got, and especially the Walk of Shame for the Venomancer here, this is a lot of levels for Chrysalis. And he's showing the fact that he feels like he can fight this in the Jingu Mastery skill as well.
Yeah, you know,
No
it's
Primal Spring for this man.
It's funny, I was about to... Crystals plays a lot of Monkey King. He's been kind of one of the only guys playing Monkey King pretty reliably. You know, teams will ban it against him even. You know, at last phase when it's like, really, you don't ban TB, but the guy who plays a mean Monkey King. And he's kind of showing us why. But there have been some games where he completely ignores Primal Spring, and he really loves this 1-1-3 build at level 5. He loves the third point in Jingu. And I thought for sure, certainly, Kips, this is definitely the lane where you don't do this versus an Earth Spirit versus a Venomancer. This is certainly a mistake, and as I was about to say, he gets 2 kills onto the enemy Venom. What the heck is going on?
And that just shows what we know, man.
True. Yeah. Chrysalis, you don't get to Master Tier Monkey King and not a very good Monkey King patch without, I guess, really knowing your skill build. I like it, though. He trusts the build. He trusts himself to outplay his opponents, and it's paid off. Because normally...
I like sticking with your guns.
Exactly.
Like it's something all the Earth Spirit players that were Earth Spirit spammers at the start, like, you know, Jerax, Thompson, 33, they stuck with the hero as it got nerfed, and that buffed them.
That's going to be another kill mid lane. Lasso number 2 utilized. Fishman trying to escape. Push back into his own death. Down he will go. Good flame break out from Leo Style. Southern Predator. Top lane's not going too well for them. But mid, that is going to be now the second successive kill here onto BZM with the Lasso. Good rotation from Moose to enable that one. Bottom, well, with Dusa already having abandoned the lane, I think actually Wu on the Omni Knight might be able to, you know, do decently against the Tide. And Tide, not really a hero who can consistently kill an Omni, especially with Purification. And Omni can pretty easily nuke waves. So I think actually
Yeah.
Amar is going to struggle to take his first tower here. Okay, Leo style. Oh, Creepwave.
Not
They thought about
quite.
it. Yeah, they thought about it. But with this ward up, it makes this gank just about impossible.
Now, what Amar will be looking for if he really wants to take the tower is he's going to look to get behind it, but he needs information that the Bat Rider is engaged while he's doing that.
True.
He can't get stuck behind tower. Actually, the Venomancer is a very dangerous TP as well.
Okay, King. Chrysalis. He's thinking about jumping onto Frank yet again, who does not have the point in the ultimate here. Here goes Moose. He's going to be stunned up
Hansha's
first.
here.
Wow, that is just an instant kill. BZM as well. It makes it 2 quick ones. And they're going to give them both to Hansha. That'll get him a lot closer here on the road of recovery, or a lot farther down the road of recovery, as he was previously 0-2 and 0, but now has decent progress here towards the Yule Scepter. Much needed kills.
Much needed kills. And now look at where the net worth of the Venomancer is at right now.
Wow, that is...
This was supposed to be a great Venomancer lane.
Maybe Venomous Gale and Poison Sting was not the way to play it. Maybe it was a Plague Ward kind of lane, because of course you don't get Jingu off of wards. I don't know, because he did go first point Gale, because of course, you know, if I can hit a 4-hero Gale, why wouldn't I do that? But in the lane, I think taking the second point, maybe that's what got him into a little bit of trouble.
It is possible. I think they were looking to spy on the Disruptor, kill him as often as possible. But if you stick close to the Monkey King, then the range on the Venomancer is not that high. And of course, Moose would always be giving free Jingu stacks as well. So as long as the two stick close together, it might just literally be that.
I think it could be. Moose, yeah, he doesn't do well against the Monkey King. He's here to enable kills for Frank specifically. Now at level 6, he brings a little bit more kill potential. Magnetize, I believe. What did they change? They changed something, didn't they? Ah, right, the level 10 talents got changed. This is actually now a bit of a difficult level 10 to take, to be honest, in my opinion, between Magnetize and the Rolling Boulder, because they're both pretty darn good. Hold that thought, though, because there's a smoke. They're going to find Leo style here. Chuvash ready with the lift, level 2. That's going to set up for enough time and damage for BZM to pick up the kill. And a very successful smoke play there into the jungle.
And this is exactly where you can see Amar immediately pressure that bottom tower. He knows where the Deuce is. He knows where the Bat Rider is.
Yep. He feels relatively safe.
Yep. And then on top, Chrysalis.
No. Where is he gone?
Radiant's bottom tower
Fountain.
is under attack.
Ah, he TP'd home. Okay. Going for the first item Diffusal Blade, so it's going to be the Fighting Monkey King style, as he'll just go ahead and heal off all this poison damage courtesy of
Radiant's
Frank.
bottom tower is under attack.
Yep. And between the damage reduction that he gets out of his supporting staff, as we watch MJZ get chased around a little bit.
Purification stolen. All of Omni Knight's spells are honestly pretty good to steal.
But yeah, as I was saying, and the extra armor from the Wukong's command, he can fight the Medusa forever in this game.
Yeah, his 38 strength is so much strength. It's kind of a ridiculous amount. It's almost, what, 800 HP, 760 bonus HP, is it? If I'm doing my math correct, it's not bad. Not bad. Damage for nobody this game. Damage, I suppose, for the Tidehunter, which is whatever. He's going to eat the ultimate now. Moves will roll on him. He's got the Ravage here. Will he actually decide to throw it out? Leo style as well jumping on in, but plenty of teleports out from Creepwave as they are eager to try and keep this top lane tower alive. Moves with another roll on in into the stun, or into the smash here. Silence is going to whip onto everyone as out now comes the GA. They're going to at least try and hold down BZM. Successful thus far, and with the magic damage, Thunder Predator will be able to finish off both cores and the tier 1 tower to boot. And as that turned into a bit of an expensive decision there from Creepwave to try and defend that tower.
Yeah, I can see why Amar does not want to blow the Ravage there, because it's clearly a lost situation when you see how many heroes there are, but that still means that Hansha needs to get out. It looks like a bit of a miscommunication there. Like, Hansha is waiting for him to blow it. Like, come on, man. We're gonna turn this. We're gonna kill at least 2 of these. No, this is not worth it, man.
Yeah, which
what do you mean not worth it? I'm
just
dead.
a bit surprising to me, because that's like a play I think I would see Amar making if he's like, no, I'm about to have Blink Dagger, I need to farm 1-2 camps, then I have Blink, and then we Blink Ravage them without Lasso, without Magnetize, and we go and kill them. But he's kind of going for a couple of sampler different items, right? Casual Cloak, full phase boots there, as they will kill Frank here with the Wukong's command. Might be able to push here off the back of this as well. That's going to be the Diffusal reveal for Thunder Predator. But no, he's going for a sampler build. I think he's going Vlads, Hooded Defiance first into the Vlads, it would have seemed. Yeah.
I enjoy
Radiant
your
structures
phrasing of this,
are
the
fortified.
sampler build. He's got the full buffet, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Is under
He
attack.
went to the full buffet. He decided, I can't fit everything on my plate, but I can get a little bit of everything. There's the dispel for Minos, so he's doing a bit more damage now. Let's do so. Way too tanky for this stage of the game with that Heavenly Grace. Goodbye all her bonus HP.
I deserve.
Yeah, this is difficult, but now at least with Amar having held on to that Ravage, they can force Minos' presence here. That's, I think, the biggest difference. No Wukong's command, so they can just let Crystallis continue farming, but as long as Amar is showing mid, they do have to take him seriously. I'm not sure how Fishman found himself here, to be quite honest. He needs to be killed for it, although he drops the kinetic, or the static storm. Crystallis, however, down bottom with BZM will be able to tag team Leo style, so he's taken down. The fight now has moved over into the jungle. Roll is going to miss from Chuvash, and Moose unable to escape here. Tries to kick Amar out of the way. Instead, will be pulled back by the Aether Remnants and killed off by Crystallis. 2 kills for him. This early game Monkey King, it is really working out a lot better than I thought it would. I thought this was kind of be a game where Crystallis goes, okay guys, sorry my lane is going to suck, but I'll farm the jungle, I'll come out, and then I'll fight with you a little early. He's 5-0-2.
Yep, and he's been instrumental in taking down these towers. They're really angling for this Venomancer as well, knowing that
Radiant's middle tower
as soon as he is gone, they can actually siege it down. But before that, no way.
Yeah, and again, not having to expend the Ravage there makes it so that Tamar, again, still very much a threat wherever he's showing on a map. We can see Thunder Predator. They have decent heroes to clear waves. Omni, of course, doesn't want to get in there because they need him for the GA. Bat Rider would have to get a little bit too close. He's definitely worth a Ravage, and without BKB, he's extremely vulnerable to one. So, yeah, Creepwave, you know, they don't pop the Ravage top. Pardon me, but they will hold on to it, and they at least flex the threat of the Ravage in the mid lane.
Fishman found himself a Moose.
Yes, he
Or did Moose
has.
find him?
There's a fight as well breaking out top lane. I'm going to focus this one because the Dusa screaming has been used up, pulled back in the Aether Remnant now as Crystallis was turned to stone, petrified, but now Minos completely out of mana. Bonus HP here, saving the Dusa a lot of harm. In fact, that's a big magic stick there, full magic wand even, to keep Minos healed up. But I do believe they have him dead to rights. Snapshot will be able to get the final kill. They are only going to get the measly Fishman in exchange for this. So big trade there in favor of Creepwave.
Huge wins once again. And with that mid tower being down now as well, the Medusa's triangle is actually in jeopardy. This, especially this Monkey King, can invade very easily.
And with the Fusel Blade build as well, he is a big threat to do so. Lots of early, really almost any early activation carry is going to be a big threat to do so. There are not many, maybe what, like a
Radiant's top
PL,
tower is under attack.
pardon me, an Ursa,
Ursa.
Monkey King, right, are going to be our diffusal carriers. Gyro, even, right, we've seen a couple of times. But eventually Dusa goes, that's fine, I'll just go ahead and build,
Radiant's top tower
I
is
build
under
Butterfly,
attack.
and then this match gets a little bit easier. Still very much the case this game, right? We can see Minos
Yep.
has it queued up already after the SNY and the Dragonlance, but then, as you say, we have damage problems. So it's still not the get-out-of-jail-free item that they perhaps would be looking for this game for Medusa.
She's going to need a lot more time. Creepwave have already taken so much terrain. The only thing that I really would have liked to see is them being able to actually hold on to their vision. But every time that Fishman comes forward, we've seen it twice now. You were like, why is he there? Well, he's trying to ward.
Trying to ward, he's putting down wards. Yeah, he's got a very... after playing so many games versus Brame, you know, you end up embodying a bit of the Spartan warding style of just throwing yourself into the hands of enemies for D wards. It's worth it though. It's worth it, especially when you're playing this aggressively. Makes Deuce's game a lot harder to play. We haven't had Bat Rider use Lasso in a hot minute, or 3 or 5 even, right? With BOTs.
Yeah, not since the mid-skill.
Yeah, he'd really like to be able to do that. So yeah, I'm liking Creepwave's methodology here.
And I think the thing you said earlier about the push-out, yeah, there's a
Radiant's bottom tower
decent
is
push-out
under
over on
attack.
the side of Thunder Predator, but not nearly as fast as Hansha or the Monkey King would nuke these waves down. So they are having to show a lot, especially on this Bat Rider, who'd really rather not, but he's the one with the BOTs.
Yeah, now Amar deciding against the full offering is going to go Blink instead. It's going to be flying towards him now on the courier being fetched. As Creepwave will smoke up. They're going to try and clear their own jungle out here. Oh, and the camps just respawned. Chrysalis up to the high ground. He will go. He's not scouted here currently. Will jump down and introduce himself here to Wu, who will promptly dispel the inhibits. He can very easily catch up to this man, though, but fancy footwork here. There's going to be Heavenly Grace restolen, which is just going to refresh the steal duration. Pretty nice. And Wu, buying as much time as he can here. Buying a lot of time, to be quite honest. Will eventually die nonetheless.
An excellent positioning from him there. The Creepwave are playing this smart. They're very clearly baiting Amar in mid, which makes Thunder Predator, of course, think that they're relatively safe to be top. But it pays to still hold your positioning, even if you think you have the correct information.
Slightly, only slightly, because I think Blink is such a huge item for Amar this game. But against a Venomancer, and even kind of a Bat Rider, and even an Earth Spirit, you know, with a lot of AoE, long range, low commitment kind of spells that can cancel Blink, I'm very surprised to see it still pretty early on. I suppose with Hood, though, you're in a good spot, because you just use Barrier, and yeah, okay, that makes more sense. Oh, and if
quick
you just,
fingers.
Yeah, if you just have a 16-year-old reaction time as well, I mean, very impressive for Amar, as he just immediately blinks away. He doesn't even pop Hood. He knew he was good to go there. I love the confidence. Okay, bottom. Oh, Leo Style in a bit of trouble here. The Remnant's going to catch him. Good silence, at least onto Fishman. And actually, they're going to turn for the kill. Spell stolen is Lasso, however. So Chubash, yeah, going to go ahead and drop that one onto the Earth Spirit. There's Glimpse for Leo Style. Back into the Static Storm for him. They will get the Disruptor, but Fishman gladly trading himself away for the 2 lives of Thunder Predator. They'll get Moose. They'll get Leo Style. They will see a couple more heroes TP in front of them, but it's still another big win here for Creepwave, as these kind of scrappy fights really go in their way.
And incredibly enough, they still haven't had to use the Ravage, so Chrysalis can now freely lay into this bottom tower, and there's still nothing that Thunder Predator can really do about it. They're not in a position to push the top tower, really. They'll just get caught. Mid tower is almost untouched, and Amar has just been on that mid lane.
He has. He's just blinking so aggressively, stealing farm away from everyone. That's something that's great. I think the one drawback, I always kind of hold that thought, actually. I think they found Frank. He's in trouble. Good silence onto 2 out from Moose, though. They're going to get the ulti off onto 3 heroes. Oh, the Ravage, though, finally is going to be let loose here. Minos trying to at least petrify anyone here, but he's already found himself next to 2 dead comrades. The buyback out from Moose as they nearly get through BMZ, but he's going to be able to TP home, so he'll be fine and safe in the fountain. Moose, having just bought back, eager to find anyone else. He did take the rolling boulder distance talent, but that's only going to send him back, get him sent back, pardon me, even further by the Glimpse of Fishman, level 4. And unfortunately, the buyback for Knots, as Thunder Predator only get away with Chuvash.
And this is the problem with Venomancer, especially in a game where the enemy is so mobile. You've got to still hold them in order to be able to punish them and get the full function out of all of the DPS from the ult. Otherwise, they're just going to disengage like Creepwave did here right now. TP out. And you are left with nothing.
Yeah, not a whole lot for them to be able to grab. It's Crystalis. Okay, actually Amar, never mind, is going to make the first jump on in. 50% status resistance, basically a mini-stun onto Minos, who almost has Butterfly completed here. Just needs the 700 more for the Talisman. Creepwave, thinking about fighting here, as they will find Frank, pull him back, the Glimpse as well to put him even more out of position, and that's going to get Moose to reconsider. He will just go ahead and run away across the river. Tier 1 tower defended. Thunder Predator once again leaving empty-handed.
Amar's positioning is so good in that fight. He goes onto the Dusa, knows that as long as he anchor smashes her, she can do anything to him. And then when she bails, because, well, gotta hit creeps instead of sitting there doing nothing. Oh, I'm busy.
Wow. Yeah, Crystal's is damaged. Just a quick kill. Godlike already, by the way, 9-0-6 in the Monkey King. Yeah, but even without Ravage, just identifying the key targets and kind of keeping them out of the fights.
Push them away, curves inwards, towards the kill they can actually get.
Leo Style has got BKB. There's going to be a D-ward coming as the Monkey King just jumping out of the pit, finds the Dusa. That's a buyback now out from Wu, as Moo trying to keep, and actually has petrified BMZ, but Minos now just returning to farming, just really desperately wants to finish off this Butterfly. It would make the fights a lot easier for him here, especially versus this Monkey King if he could just get it delivered. And there it is, Butterfly finished up. Creepwave, I don't believe they would have scouted this one quite yet, with the ward being taken away, but they will at least back out from Roche. They've got the game sense to know something is different. And with 10 seconds left until Ravage, I think it's a wise choice to wait.
Exactly, you need to wait for the Ravage there. That BKB plus the Butterfly is two huge game changers, and you can see that Thunder Predator are very eager to use it. They're hoping right now that somebody's going to come up into them, and they're right.
All right. He's found the right target. The Ravage onto 2. Minos, though, didn't last very long on a GA now, but he's going to be pulled back by the Glimpse, but he didn't get stuck in that stat or in the kinetic field. Fishman is going to be taken down. There's going to be another stolen lasso by Chuvash. Is that going to get the kill onto Leosile? It looks like it will, as Amar just holding back Minos. Chuvash still alive as Crystal's now BK beat up, jumping onto Wu. Wu throwing everything he has left now onto Minos to try and help him out, but Minos just doesn't have damage. Yule it up now. It's going to be Frank who pops the ulti, finds 2, but not dodged by BNZ, as he is now going to be looking to run away. Minos might need to get out of dodge now, as there's going to be mana shield stolen by Rubik. A nice jump onto 2 with the Astral Shot. Minos now out of mana and out of life. 5 dead there, as Creepwave will mop up Thunder Predator with a great smoke initiation.
Incredible, and that was even a late Ravage from Amar, who was really very doubtful if he should blow that, but as it turns out, it doesn't really matter. All he needs to do is stick on top of the Dusa. And what kind of sustained damage does the side of Thunder Predator actually have? After the lasso, they just run dry.
Yeah, they really do, especially if Lasso is cut short by the Rubik stealing it time and time again. Chuvash making that one look very easy.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Turns out buying a BKB doesn't matter all that much if the counter to the BKB is in, well, your own skill bar.
Yeah, especially against a Rubik. It never really feels too good, though, does it? Chuvash just showing off his fresh mana shield now. Gives him bonus mana, but I'm sure he's going to be looking to get rid of this at his nearest convenience. He wants mana, Mystic Snake, basically, from Dusa. Or Stone Gaze, I suppose, but I'd be surprised if he's able to get his hands on that one.
I'd be very surprised as well, but he'll be angling for it, I'm sure.
Will. Great fight. Almost flawless there, to be honest, from Creepwave. Dusa almost gets pulled back into that Static Storm kinetic field, and then she is just minced meat. If she's held down, that's all they wanted, right? To set up the Venn diagram of death so that Chrysalis and all of his Wukong command soldiers could just lay into her, but still a great fight nonetheless from Creepwave, and they find 5. Did they even do Roche? They didn't.
Nope. Left that one. I don't think they feel comfortable doing that with the Ravage on CD.
And with everyone ticking down to Poison Nova. As they did at least
They don't have any burst heal.
Okay, yeah, he finds 2 there on the Gale. Very annoying ability on the Rubik, burning a bit of mana from Minos, but they will finally be able to demolish that tier 1 tower. Down it goes, can check that one off.
Finally, and that one's at the top of the list.
And now, at least we've got a bit of damage from Minos, right? You actually quite wisely brought up, yeah, we can go early Butterfly, and that's going to help, but then we lack damage. Now with Crystallis, and no, not Monkey King, with Crystallis, the item on Minos, we're at least hitting a little bit harder. Just this bonus damage of plus 32, one of the best budget damage items in the game, and a TD rune, not to mention. Yeah, Minos is going to be hitting pretty hard here.
Yes.
We
look if
need
he
to
gets it
dispel
purged
this.
off.
Yeah, we need to dispel it.
Oh, Hunch is here.
There it is. Okay, great. Lovely. Of course, status resist not reducing tornado effects, such as Cyclone, Invoker, or Yules, or Panda, or I guess Wind Waker to be consistent. But yep, that's going to change Thunder Predator's tune real fast. Maybe that's when you send someone like the Earth Spirit up to kind of try and tank that initial Yule Scepter, and then you go in. But Minos.
Should have target on her back.
Uh-oh. Mar? I don't really know if I should be saying uh-oh for Amar. I don't know if they kill him. And there's Minos actually in a bit of a bad spot. He's in the middle of the Wukong's command. Ravage on top into the Static Storm. Silence, and absolutely without a hope right here is going to be Minos. He is finished off incredibly easily. 2 kills for Crystallis. They just jumped him. They were just immediately right on top of him. And Thunder Predator even had a vision in the area.
They did, and I think that's why Minos moved up so far. It's like, alright, if they engage on me, I've got all of my counter engagement tools right here, but Leostyle was not quite near, and he was out of mana pretty much from the initial jump.
Yeah. No chance to cast a spell. As good as a Dispel Heavenly Grace is, it's not going to get you out of a Static Storm.
Exactly. You need to get that Stone Gaze, and then when the Stone Gaze doesn't come off, Leostyle, of course, says, no thank you.
Yeah, no mana, no HP. Tough there. And Creepwave, off the back of this fight, they feel confident enough for Roshan, knowing that no one from Thunder Predator is going to dare try and contest them. Roche #1, so just the Aegis now into the hands of Crystals, who now has the Eye of Scotty on top of his regular assortment of items. Take a look at that fight. Yeah, that was fast. I thought that was going to go awfully for Creepwave. Just Amar farming the easy camp so casually.
Turns out he knows he can be there. And let's face it, most likely the Bad Rider, if he lasses him, he's just going to purge it off with Kraken Shell anyway, so what's exactly is the threat here to him? The Dusa? He wants to be on top of the Dusa, so he can anchor smash her.
Yeah, fair point. Fair point. Thunder Predator trying to take a fight around their wards. There's the jump now. Initially onto Fishman, but they're just going to let him stay. In fact, they're going to force him to stay, Kibbs. Curseless with a Boundless Strike, not going to give him much of an option. There's now one man, Frank, trapped inside the Venn diagram. Okay, out comes the GA. He's going to at least get the ultimate off, but not much. Oh, he's going to live a bit longer even. Still alive, but glimpsed back into the Wukong's man. Down he goes. Crystals finds a two-man stun there as they force Minos to face the wrong direction, but now Crystals has been lassoed. They try and bring him up to the high ground, but they can't quite reach him thanks to the reduced move speed of that Eye of Scotty. Although Moose here looking to get back in the fight. Frank has fought back. There's Crystals in a bit of a rough spot now. They've got plenty of damage and they will be able to take him down. That's just the first life though. 5v4 as in goes Amar. Ravage up in 15 seconds as BNZ is at least able to nuke down Wu. Mino still just doing plenty of damage now as Amar finds himself unable to reduce that damage too much thanks to at least now the Crystallis. But now, speaking of Crystallis, there he goes back onto Frank. That's a dieback. Amar is just still continuing to kite around Wu, who now has Crystallis for company. BNZ is going to be hit with the Magnetize. There's the Ravage ready to go. It's going to find two. The Hansha turning around, trying to focus down Minos, helping out Crystallis here. They've finally gone through all of the mana. The Boundless Strike's a big one, and that's going to be 6 heroes dead in favor of Creepwave. They only lose the Rubik. And maybe Fishman. No, he lives. What a fight, Creepwave. They're taking these incredible engagements. And Monkey King gets bursted on the first life, no BKB on the second, no problems.
No problems. He truly the king of the sustained fights here. And you can see Amar as well. Incredible how well he knows that sometimes he needs to be there, he needs to be tanking damage, he needs to be on top of Medusa just to allow Crystallis to finally come back in when the fight is split up well enough. That was close, though.
That was really close. I thought I mean, so many times I cast too many Creepwave games to be saying this, but I'm always saying, this fight now is certainly over. This fight's certainly over. I mean, Amar, the way he leaves that fight as well, he's like, okay, guys, I'm going home. I'm low HP. I'm low mana. Congrats, Dusa. You've bested me. And then he's just immediately back in with the Ravage, and that just turns everything around here. Got that replay queued up here, just making sure that we don't get any more action. There we go. I mean, just look at this. He's just walking home. He goes, all right, Dusa, I've distracted you. I played with you long enough. Out of vision, out of mind, but not out of impacts. There he is, immediately in onto two. And then the fight's just so easy from there for Creepwave. Great stuff. Great stuff on Amar.
And he lives.
Yeah.
That's
true baller move right there.
He's a real kicker.
Creepwave now find themselves up 20k versus the Dusa, who's being even out-farmed now, just barely by Hansha. Ags and now the Ag Scepter, sorry, and the Shard ready to go for BNZ. He is doing real nicely here. It's funny how BNZ, WJZ, MNZ, like this, it transcends. It transcends continents, of course, an SA with versus a European team.
User in your channel timed out.
Oh, we've just lost Kips here momentarily as Moose now is getting jumped. Crystallis just making such quick work of just about everyone here. Level 23 already, as down goes the Earth Spirit. Kips back momentarily here as there's Frank in a lot of trouble and just straight up murdered. Crystallis now well beyond godlike, and in case you're wondering how beyond godlike he is, well, he's 21-0-9 to be specific. So he is feeling pretty good about this Monkey King game. And yeah, this would be the reason, folks, why it's generally banned against Creepwave when it usually comes down to it. Hansha with the DD active. Yeah, this game looking real difficult. Thunder Predator, no one's leaving in the base. They're just trying to split waves as best they can. Has plenty of voice lines and come through.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Kips rejoining here momentarily. Thank you guys for sticking through it. Just a little bit of a PC issue. Amar continuing to farm. Is Shiva's Guard after the Blink Dagger, after the Hooded Defiance, into the Refresher, looking to end this game off. Not on just one bang, but ideally two here with the double Ravage, and quite magnificent Ravages they have been. Few and far in between, but it's not always about how many Ravages you can get off,
User
but
entered your channel.
about how impactful they can be. So there we go, we've got Kips back. Hello.
Glad to be back.
Yes, nice to have you back as well. Haven't missed much. Just a couple of solo pickoffs here. And by the way, Crystal is casually... Oh, they've got vision on him. This might be his first death. He's got 21 kills straight. And if this is the way he goes down, well, that's a lot of money into the hands of the Deuce. 924 gold. Looks like Creepwave. They're going to go ahead and abandon ship, though, and let the Monkey King die for now. Roshan not going to be up by the time he respawns. It's impossible. So Creepwave just going to go ahead and back up and not feed any more kills. But just as I was praising him, 21-0-9, down he goes for his first death. Involved of 30 of 34 kills on this Monkey King is absolutely incredible.
He's been insane in this game. I don't think there's been a single time where he has been AFK fun.
True. Yeah, and this is like the exact kind of game you want to be playing when your first item's Diffusal. Not very much of a farming item, is it? Least of all on the Monkey King.
It'll help a bit,
help.
but ideally you'd be farming heroes.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Now with this little window, Thunder Predator has to claim as much terrain as he can. So you see them going from the left side, checking for D wards, over to the right side now, seeing if maybe they can get some vision and some control down here as well, or at the very least empty
Dire's
out this
middle
jungle,
tower
get
is
some
under
neutral
attack.
items. They've been so far pressed back that they've had quite a few left to gather.
And now Minos with that a little bit of gold injection here finds himself about 1,000 gold richer. His courier's dead. Going for MKB next item here is going to just help his damage output by a bit. I think he had a 4-staff queued up first, if I'm not mistaken, to finish up the Hurricane Pike. I would have thought that would not have been a terrible item, especially because, of course, the Bat Rider shard has changed a while ago, of course. But you won't have Bat Rider to help pull you out of a Wukong's command, which I thought might have been actually a pretty cool save, but obviously it's no longer a thing.
It could have been, right?
Here comes the smoke. Woo, hiding behind
Once
a tree.
again,
Amar, yeah, just into the river. He's found Frank, but doesn't know where the rest of the team is. So Creepwave
It's not who you
continuing
want.
to explore quite cautiously. Thunder Predator set up on the high ground. Frank in a bit of trouble here. Hit him with a silence. We've got another one to boot, and the Dagon even down he will go. There's now going to be the Ravage out from Amar. He's got a second one as well, neither of which will catch Leo style, but Crystal is tanking through it very easily, and in fact, they've already bursted almost straight through Minos. He's going to at least get off maybe the magic wand, but that's just about it. Chuvash yet again finds Flaming Lasso. He's going to use that to get another kill in this fight, and Amar will be able to chase down and kill Moose, making it 4 dead. No one from Creepwave ends up going down. They know exactly what's going on. Once they only see the Venomancer and only the Venomancer, they play their hands slowly, they wait for the trap to spring, and then they just kind of take the fight from there.
I wonder actually if they saw the refresher in time.
Radiant's bottom
Amar was
tower
showing
is
quite
under
clearly, but
attack.
I suppose at that point you'd have no choice but to take the fight anyway.
Great refresh there. That's going to be maybe the only one we get to see, as these buildings are going to go down one by one. There's still a top barracks and a top tier 2 tower.
Has fallen.
And in fact, they're going to
Radiant's
leave
bottom barracks
the
are
melee
under
barracks down
attack.
bottom for another day, with everyone else respawning. They've got vision on Leo style, though, and well, that's where Crystallis is going. He's got eyes for him. The glimpse to put him more out of position here. Trapped
Yeah,
inside the
get
kinetic
bashed.
field. There's going to be a BKB. Crystallis with a basher, ready to go. Spider legs on top of the Firefly movement as Crystallis stuck inside the flame break burn. It was unable to give chase, so Leo style will be at least able to live. Roche, it's a long Roche, though, so 2 minutes until he's back up. So Thunder Predator might get another go at it here.
And Creepwave have no vision right now to secure the enemy triangle. Not anymore. So this is what they're going to have to do with just the ward that they have in front of the Roche pit.
Radiant are
And the
scanning.
Predator are going to smoke up. I think they're a little bit early. Even if this works out, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to get the Roche off of this, but they can't know that, of course. They're completely blind-eyed right now.
Yeah, tier 4s as well starting to spawn in. Aesthetics cap now. Is going to be decent here as we just look at the remnants of that last fight. A great one for Creepwave, one that they'll be looking to replicate here. as they're set up themselves now around the Roche pit. Plenty of lines drawn around the map. Mar, I like this. I like this. He's drawn quite a bit on the map. I imagine also quite vocal in the comms. He's been obviously key in all of these fights. He has double Ravage in 20, one Ravage in 10, and now he's actually broke the smokes as well. Christos, level 25 talent. Of course, he's taken the additional Wukong's Command Ring, as well as this Ascetic's Cap. So a bit of status resist now available every now and then. What's this Dagon? Dagon level 4 for BNZ. Love it. He's going to be able to pop Frank ideally. Minos in trouble. Just retreating. Extra 800 strength number or HP. Pretty decent. Oh, wow. Okay, they've absolutely blown through Wu. There's going to be now a lasso onto 1. They're going to try and punish BNZ. A big old Wukong's Command in the middle of the fight. Static Storm not doing much here because Minos has a BKB. He's petrified crystals, but he can't even get outside the Wukong's Command. Ravage number 2 now from Amar, and Minos out of life. Another stolen lasso from Chuvash. His 4th or 5th of the game, as now he's going to sample a different spell, but not get the chance to use it as Creepwave completely crushed Thunder Predator in game number 1. Taking down the Dusa, the Monkey King working wonders for them.
That last lasso is just insult to injury.